Hi, I'm Jason with BluePrint Automation, and today I'm going to be setting up a Collator 200. So this is a neat little machine that takes bags from a vertical form-fill seal bagger and stands them up and sends them down this conveyor so a hand packer can easily pack them vertically in a case. So what we're going to do is we're just going to set it up from start to finish today, just like you received it. So the first thing we'll do is I'm going to throw power to the unit. And so this machine has 6 mechanical adjustments that you need to make on the machine. We'll start down here with the bag chute. So the bag chute here, you just adjust the width with these 2 handles, and this is to adjust for the width of the bag. The bag from the seal jaws will drop here. After that, you have these 4 handles here that adjust the guiding on the incline conveyor. So they're just going to also be set relative to the bag width. Next, you have down here, you have a turnbuckle, and this is a unit that you use to adjust the angle of the incline conveyor. So if you're running a really short bag, you're going to have this higher. If you're running a really tall bag, this will be lower. Next, we have the internal guides to the equipment. This is going to be adjusted based off bag width as well, and these are adjusted with these 2 top handles here. Next, we have a small handle on the side of the machine, and this adjusts a position of a photo eye. So the point of this is to adjust where this wheel stops, and we'll go through that in a minute once we power up the unit and start it. And lastly, we have this exit guiding, and this guiding is just to adjust for bag width as well and to support these bags as they're coming down this conveyor. Here we'll go through the HMI on the equipment. So the first button on the top left with a little email and a phone, this is contact information from BluePrint Automation. It has our address, it has where you can order parts or get technical support, and our main number. The next one is, this is a counter of the bags and the hours that this machine has run. This is helpful for your production information. The next button is the alarm history of the machine. So this is every time an e-stop is pressed or every time a fault occurs on the machine, this is going to show you the alarm message and when it happened and what date it happened. Over on this side, you have the settings of the machine. So there's only 4 main settings that you can adjust on this machine. 1, the in-feed belt speed. This is the speed of the incline conveyor. Next is the collator belt speed. This is the belt speed of the exit conveyor. Collator wheel speed, that is the speed of the wheel that rotates within the machine to stand the bags up. And the wheel delay. The wheel delay is how long between when this laser sees the bag and when the wheel moves. Most of the time, that's going to be set on the factory settings. So now we're going to set up this collator from scratch on this small bag of potato chips. So the first thing that I would set up on this machine is the internal guides, and I'll go through why that is in a minute. So what I do, this machine is e-stopped. I have a safety switch open, so it is not live. So I'm going to set this bag inside the unit, and I'm going to center it across this green belt. And then I have these handles are slightly adjusted here, so I'm going to just sort of adjust this guiding so that it has maybe about a 1/4 inch between the guide and the side of the bag on each side. So at that point, this guiding is set up correctly. Next, we're going to move down here. So the next guiding that we're going to set up here are the side guides that are going to guide this bag up this incline conveyor. And the most important part that I want to show is that you don't want the guides to actually touch the bag, and you also want them to be inside of the wider guides on the inside of the machine. So I'm going to loosen up these 4 handles here. I'm going to make this adjustment on both sides. So the ends of these are on the inside of those guides. I'm going to tighten those up. And then I'm going to sort of V-shape these a little bit. And then I'm going to set those, and they're there. So I'm going in order from this side to this side because I want these guides to be inset of these, and I also want the bag chute to be inset of these guides so that there's no snag points to the bag. So now I'm going to adjust the chute here. So now you can see the chute is adjusted for the bag and that there's no snag points here and there's no snag points on the top. So next we will adjust the exit conveyor guide. So if you look down the machine here, I want this guide to essentially be parallel with this guide. So I'm going to loosen these two handles here and pull this out. And I don't want it to be inset because then you have a catch point, right? I want it to be slightly on the other side of that guide so that there's nothing for this to catch on when it comes through. And I'm going to just straighten it up along the machine and I'm going to set that up. So those guides are set now. Okay, now I have all the guiding set up for this bag. Now I'm going to start the machine. We're going to work on some of the HMI adjustments if necessary. So green button starts the machine. You wait for a second and then you'll hear it power up. So the first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to stick a bag in the machine, and what I want to see is where that wheel stops. I want that wheel to stop with about 1 inch of the wheel sticking up through this little metal plate here. So let's do that. So if I look in, so that bag landed flat. I don't have a little bit of the wheel sticking up through the plate, so I want to change that. So that adjustment is made right here with this handle. So I'm going to go ahead and adjust this all the way down. We'll stick another bag in and see where it stops. So there you go. Now you can see that the wheel is sticking through the plate by about 1 inch and it's holding that bag at exact the position that I want to hold it in. So that's exactly how we want it to do. So now I'm going to e-stop this and pull those bags out. Safety first. The next thing I want to see is I'm going to stick a few bags in here and I'm going to see if I need to adjust how much this belt indexes. So it's going to index based off the thickness of the bag. This is a very skinny bag, so I'm going to assume that this one needs to run pretty slow, so I'm going to take it all the way down to 1. So let's get it started and let's see what we have. So what we have here is a very short belt index, actually too short, because you see how the bags are starting to squish and move away from each other. So that tells me that I need to increase this belt speed by at least 1 there, so increase that. So I'm going to stop it again. I'm going to pull them out. The stack is much more manageable. It's easy for someone to pick, say, 6 bags at a time and place into a case. Okay, now I'm going to talk about the wheel speed and the wheel delay on the HMI. So right now we have a wheel speed set at 4 and a wheel delay at 500. Let's see what that looks like. So when I load this bag into the machine, I want you to watch when the bag stops and when the wheel turns. You want it to be about at the same time. So if you watch that, wow, that was a long time. That bag completely stopped before that wheel started to turn. So we're gonna make an adjustment here. Let's take this wheel's delay down to say 88. Now let's put another bag in and see what that looks like. See, that was much better. So the wheel moved right when the bag hit the wheel. So that's how you adjust the wheel delay. As you change the wheel speed, you may have to adjust the wheel delay a little bit.